the next thing is we're going to start tearing this truck apart for the parts I need. Because, you know, I'm always taking care of everybody else before me. The parts I'm after are the bottom valence. I want to see if that will fit my truck. It's a different style bumper, so I'm not 100% sure if that will actually fit my truck. But if it does, I'll be extremely happy. Other parts I'm after, I probably already said it to you guys, but the door panels. I've never actually taken the door panels off my truck, so I'd like to see what's involved in this. I'm going to clean my hands very well to take the headliner out. This piece, the two sun visors, I'm going to take out both of these. Maybe not that one, just this one, because my buddy Steven already broke one of these. Back window, seats, center console. I'm not even sure if these are different than mine. I got a different cup holder here, but this one won't work for me anyway because I have a manual shifter there, right? So we will be pulling out all the seats. Glove box is, I think, the same as mine. Probably this piece, because my piece flops around, so if this one doesn't flop, I can pop it out without wrecking it. It will be going in my truck. I like this. This is much different than mine. I know mine's just like a black plastic one. This one says Infinity on it. So I will be taking a look at the speakers on this. If they are nice speakers, I'll start this thing up to actually hear the quality of the speakers. And then they might be going in my truck as well. Back window, obviously. I keep breaking them. I don't know how I'm not stupid to keep breaking back windows, but God, I keep breaking them. And in the back, I'd love to keep this, but unfortunately it will not work in my truck again because of the subs. But these seats are in much better condition than mine. They're just dirty. So I'll be taking them out and cleaning them up and seeing if I can get them to go into my truck. How do they even come out? Just these bolts here? That doesn't even look that bad. Yeah, it looks like this will come out no problem. Look at that. We got some fancy envelopes. But let's start tearing this truck apart and seeing how it comes apart, because I actually haven't done this on mine yet. How far do you guys think I can drive it without leaf springs in it? So I need to get this into the shop because it's kind of cold out here today and I really don't want to be working out here in the cold. I got a nice fire going in the shop and we're going to be starting to strip this truck for the interior pieces. So I want to pull off all this, both sides, and I'm going to drive it in the shop because it's muddy out here. I'm getting covered in dirt, crawling underneath these trucks. And realistically, all my tools are inside. And I have never taken one of these apart before, so I don't really know what to expect. So we're going to pull this into the shop, and I'm going to be very sensible so I do not snap the rear end of this out of this because it's just welded there and welded there. So let's get her in the shop before she breaks down and falls to the ground. This is my favorite time of the day. I get to push people's buttons to piss them off. Who needs a fancy car with push button start? I got it too. I've gotten a lot of the interior out of this. I got the seats, I got the rear door panels, I got this front door panel, I got the bolts for this side, but I can't really get into that side. So the door's hitting the post. I can't back up anymore because the frame was hitting the door, so I fixed the solution by cutting the frame off. Damn, this truck looks funny like this. So we're just going to back it up so the muffler basically touches the door and I'll be able to open this driver door all the way so that I don't damage the door because I kind of think it's worth a little bit of money. So let's back her up so we can get this thing open. Again, I just love touching people's buttons. Oh, why'd you die? Why'd you do that? Something tells me the fuel pump fuse was in that wiring harness I cut. Did it go to the back? Did I cut through the fuel pump wiring? I bet you I did. Oh well, let's try to find the fuel pump wiring. So I got the fuel pump figured out. It's one of these three grounds. So we just have those grounded to our really shitty suspension setup. We got the back end of it cut on there. This thing looks funny with the back of this thing cut off. And then some of the other things that we did was we took out the whole front end there. Now I'm not sure if that's going to work in my truck. I tried to disconnect the light switch because I just want to keep it as a spare, but when I do that the lights stay on, so don't really want to kill the battery. Got the seat disconnected, but it comes out as one full unit. I don't really like how rusty this is, but I do like that it has heated seats. So what I'm probably going to do is take these out, clean them all up, paint these legs, and then get them into my truck. I did break this handle off of my truck, and my truck doesn't have a lumbar support. Oh, I forgot. I unplugged it up. We got all the door panels off. I started taking this out, but I can't seem to find my flashlight, so I'm just going to drive this thing outside. I'm probably going to bring back my truck now, and yeah, so let's get this thing outside. Oh, I do love pushing people's buttons. Push, push. Let's get this thing outside. Now put this into proportions here. That truck right there has 240,000 K on it. This truck has 499,000 kilometers on it. So my interior has been around the bush a little bit more. My seat is broken with the little knobby thing that goes right here. I don't have a lumbar support, which a lumbar support would be nice. But what I don't get is my seat is leather all the way around, even into here, but that one is like a fabric in the middle. My center console is just a little bit different than his. This one's broken, that one's not broken. This one here is like this, his is not. And then if you come over here, this is from my dog. She sits here with her wet, grubby, muddy feet and does that. But underneath mine, I got all the stereo system, and that one there had that metal rack. I kind of like the metal rack more, but the subs are nice. My carpet's been around the bush a couple times, and it's kind of dirty in here. But the seats have a hard time folding up, so we're going to be swapping all these out. It's pretty much the exact same setup. So we're going to be pulling out all that stuff and putting all his into here. And here's my door panel. See the gunmetal? I like the wood better. This piece up here looks nicer. Even that piece there, I like the wood trim just that little bit more. So I found a difference between my truck and the other truck. That speaker versus this speaker. So maybe if I put these speaker brackets in and I get a nice 6x9, I can put them in. Because these look blowing, but I imagine I'd have to change the whole backing bracket. So I'm going to take this one out first and then go from there. Well, today is a little bit shittier of a day. We're going to still be trying to put some interior inside this Dodge, but at about 11 o'clock, I got to go and pick up another Toyota. But yeah, we'll just do as much as we can. I might try to back the trailer in. I don't really want to get soaked. I have to do an oil change on my daily driver. 16,000 kilometers on an oil change seems to be quite a bit, but we are not going to be running this one without oil because it is just going to be an oil change and then keep going. Oh my god, maybe that's why my windshield wiper stopped working. See the windshield wiper hose all hooked up? But I did clean up 2 of these panels, so we're going to go by installing the driver one first and then go from there. I decided not to put the 6x9s in. The wife and I went to Canadian Tire last night. We were looking at 6x9. She says, well, do you have any problems with the speakers you have now? I said, no, I don't. She's like, well, then don't change them. And I agree to that. I'm going to keep the 6x9 brackets because then if my 5.5s go, then I can put the 6x9s in. But realistically, I'm not super into loud music. But anyway, these are going to start going in today. The seats are not going to be going in today. Maybe the back one, but with the rain and the time I have to leave at, maybe it'll be later on today. I'm not 100% sure. But I do want to give these seats a real good cleaning before they go in and get them ready. But the panels, they look like amazing. These ones here, they've got 500,000 K on them, so they're starting to show some age. Those ones, they were showing some age too, but not nearly as much as these ones. And I love the wood. The gunmetal's nice, but the wood's the trim I wanted from the very beginning. So we're going to be getting these in there, doing the oil change, whole bunch of fun crap today. Well, phase 2 of switching over the interior is now done. We pulled out our driver's seat and passenger seat and our center console and basically everything. So the reason why we pulled everything is because the other one is power everything. Cassandra's side, the passenger seats only had heated seats. It doesn't have any power controls at all. Everything's manual. On my side, I have some power controls, but not all of them. My seat's a little torn, and I have the handle broke off for the reclining, and the lumbar supports as a dial you turn. It's just not that fancy. Overall, these seats are still in okay condition. They're not horrible, but they're still okay. Let's go see what we put in. Sorry if I'm slurring a bit. I bit my tongue really hard today, so it's all kind of sore back there. You guys know the struggle. What a challenge putting these seats in here. They are heavy. As you guys can see, they look almost the exact same. Little less wear, which is to be considered considering that truck has 200,000. This one has 500,000. Look at the lumbar support. This one's got so many more buttons. We did wire wheel the rust. It looks pretty good. Had a little bit of an issue with the heated seats. It took me about an hour to get it figured out. It needed the heated seat module from the other seat other than this one. So this one here has 2 heated seat modules in it. Cassandra's seat's now all power. We got all the doors in. Everything's looking fantastic on this. The only thing to switch over now is the back seat. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do it yet. Might hold off. This right here is not that bad, but I kind of like the headrest. The other ones don't have a headrest, but we got the rear door panels on. This truck's starting to look like a good truck again. It's been running fantastic. You know, they say it runs the best right before it blows up, so hopefully it doesn't blow up. But yeah, we're still switching out this interior. The weather is horrible today. I don't know if you guys can hear the big windstorm going on, but it is freezing cold out here, so that's about enough for me today.